train to lines. It's the way that we could ride. It's the way that we could ride. Think I'm meant to win another life, so break me up another time.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, I'm Anindya Khumaira, and now I would like to tell you what is syllable and the examples. Syllable. What is a syllable in English? A syllable is a unit of spoken language that forms an entire word or parts of words. Syllables are usually made up of a single vowel sound and any surrounding consonant sounds. We have to also mention one important thing. An important thing to note is that the length of the word doesn't affect the number of syllables it has. It's all about the number of vowel sounds. There are some examples of words with different numbers of syllables. Number 1 is monosyllabic, for a word with only one syllable. Example, tie. Number 2 is disyllabic, for 2 syllables. Example, rescue, from res plus q. Number 3 is trisyllabic, for 3 syllables. Example, alphabet, from al plus fa plus bet. Number 4 is quadrisyllabic, for 4 syllables. Example, activity, from act plus T plus I plus T. Number 5 is 5 syllables, or the example is electricity, from E plus light plus 3 plus Z plus T. Or you can just refer to them as polysyllabic if they have more than one. Next, 6 types of syllables. Number 1 is closed syllable. A closed syllable is a word unit with a single vowel that ends with a consonant. These have short sounds such as pet, plant, shop, and rabbit. Number 2 is open syllable. An open syllable is a word unit that ends with a single vowel such as go, me, you, and potato. Number 3 is vowel consonant syllable or VZ. These syllables end in the final silent hence why they are nicknamed magic syllables. With the consonant just before the silent the silent makes the vowel before the consonant have a long sound. Here are some examples: line, cute, mine, pine, mute, and home. Number 4 is R-controlled syllable or VR. In R-controlled syllable words, there's always a vowel followed by an R. The R gives the word a unique sound. Examples of VR words: her, for, air, and for. This kind of syllable is thought after open, close, and VCE syllables. 5. Diphthongs or vowel theme syllable. A diphthong syllable usually has 2 vowels next to each other which are pronounced together, which is why they are dubbed vowel themes. The vowels work together as a syllable. The vowel combinations are typically I, A, O, E, E, and O. Here are examples of words with diphthong syllables: tail, play, crow, meet, and ate. The last is consonant-less syllable. The syllables have no vowel sound. The silent at the end of the syllable works as the only vowel. You only pronounce the consonant and the L. Examples of words with the less syllable: maple, purple, turtle, ripple, and circle.
Number 2 is cluster. A consonant cluster is a group of 2 or more consonants. Cluster consonant can be divided into 2 groups: A, thus occurring at the beginning, and B, thus occurring at the end of syllable of word. In English, there are 39 initial consonant cluster and 151 final consonant cluster. Number 1 is initial consonant cluster. Initial consonant cluster are complex sounds found at the beginning of words. In English, there are many consonant cluster systems. The number of sounds for an initial consonant cluster is 3. Differs from English in that the language is not only a few initial consonant clusters. That is why in English there are not many words that use consonant cluster. If a cluster consists of 2 sounds, the first consonant can be the sound S followed by the sound P, T, K, M, and L, V, or F. Although the latter is very rare. Initial consonant cluster decided in initial consonant cluster with 2 consonant groups and consonant with 3 consonants. Table of example of initial consonant cluster words with 2 consonants. They have blue, pledge, flame is BL, brick blue, QQ, draw dry, youth, dwell bluff, few flew, few, twinkle, tune, took, and trout, through, from, stop, and strong. Final consonant cluster. Final consonant cluster are those that occur in the word. The cluster can be separated into 2 main groups. Number 1, part morphemes, and 2, separate morphemes. There are 151 final consonant clusters in English. The maximum number is fourfold. Walked, 12, text, tact. Final consonant with cluster with 2 consonant monomorphemic word. Final consonant cluster consisting of 2 phonemes might begin with a nasal, literal, or almost, or elf, horse, wealth, horse, tent, bench, brain, tank. The final consonant cluster start with a sound or stops. There are 5 consonants here to be used in the final cluster starting with a sound or stop. There are S, F, P, T, and K. Was, rift, tapped, ached, ached. Final consonant cluster with 2 consonant cluster found in words or syllable can consist of 3 consonant letters. For example, against, worst, contempt, corpse, glimpse.
Number 3 is stress. Stress, also called lexical stress, is an important feature in English because it determines so many other aspects of pronunciation. First, stress determines which vowels in a word will be pronounced with a clear vowel versus schwa. Second, stress impacts the pronunciation of consonants. The unvoiced top consonants T, E, and K are pronounced in English with aspiration either initially or in stressed syllables, but without aspiration in non-initial unstressed syllables. Third, stress determines which vowels in the word will be pronounced longer versus shorter, including which vowels get the primary stress and can therefore be marked with even greater length via focus. Fourth, stress determines which syllables is marked with the highest pitch, lowest pitch, or some other distinct pitch change. The example of stress is comfortable, there is stress in come. Explanation, there is stress in nay. Washing, there is stress in wash. People, there is stress in P. Communication, there is stress in K. Career, there is stress in rear. Ability, there is stress in bill. Before, there is stress in for. Education, there is stress in K. Validity, there is stress in li. And it's enough for stress.
I will explain about intonation. What is intonation? Intonation is about how we say things rather than what we say. The way the voice rises and falls when speaking. In other words, the music of the language. There are 2 basic patterns in English. The first, falling intonation and rising intonation. Falling intonation. Falling intonation is the most common intonation pattern in English. It is commonly found in statement, command, double H question, confirmatory question tag, and exclamation. The example is, nice to meet you. Write your name here, please. Write your name here. What country do you come from? Think he is clever, doesn't he? That's a surprise. The last, rising intonation. Rising intonation, the pitch of the voice rises on the end of the sentence. Raises intonation invites the speaker to continue talking. It is normally used with yes or no question and question tag. They are real questions. The examples are, do you like your new teacher? May I borrow your dictionary? You are a student, aren't you? The view is beautiful, isn't it? Thank you.
I guess you're wasting ease of mind. I must be favored to know, yeah. I take my hands and praise your lines. It's the way that we can ride. It's the